Hey guys, welcome to Tristen Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about Settlers of Catan, a game for 1 to 4 players about competitive trading. I think it is ultimately a table classic, so let's get on into it, shall we? Alright, so first things first, let's get the lid out of the way, and the instructions and such. Now we're going to put the cards off to the side and we'll get into shuffling those later. Alright, so first things first, we're going to want to take the tiles out, and we're going to want to take the map pieces out, like such. Then we're going to take 2 dice from the box, and all the colors, and we'll get into all that stuff though in a second. First things first, we're going to want to do is put 1 to 1 and 2 to 2, 3 to 3. Once you've gotten your hexagons settled, what you're going to do next is shuffle up these little hexagon tokens, like so, and then randomly assign them across the map. So certain hexagons are certain types of stuff and so on. Like trees or forest, the sand is the desert, which we'll get into a little bit later. The fields are sheep, the Rocky Mountains are the rock, the brick, the clay area is the brickyard, and so the map is completed. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to put the largest army in the longest road. This one goes to the player with the longest road starting at 5, and this one goes to the person with the largest army starting with 3 knight cards. So we're going to put those off to the side. Those are things that get you extra victory points. How the game goes is first player to reach 10 victory points is the winner. Next, you assign each color to a player and therefore give them their color coordinated token. Dice right there. Take the resource cards out from their box and sort them into piles based on their front and or backs. So the wheat goes into one pile, the wood into its own pile, and so on. Like I mentioned previously, there are 5 types of resources in this game. The wheat, wood, rock, sheep, and brick. The final stage of the setup process is to dump out the tokens bag and put the thief icon right there on the desert. Then to deal out the number tokens randomly. Once you've gotten the tokens sorted and the other tokens that you will not be using out of the way, you may put them into the bag of which you got them from. Now randomly distribute the now face up tokens and put them face down, then distribute them to the different locations. And there we are. Now take the rest of the tokens that are leftovers and put them right back in the bag. And now you are ready to start the game. So, first things first on the playthrough of this game, what you want to do is each player at the beginning of their turn, not every turn, but for the first round, take one house token and put it in one location of your desire. Then add one road token and place that wherever you would like to put it. So that goes like so. And then the next player will place theirs wherever they desire it to go. Then so on and so forth until everyone's played their first house. Once everyone's played their first house, and a brief thing I want to mention real quick, they must be 2 lines away from one another. So like if he wanted to place the orange house, wanted to put it there, that's not acceptable. He has to put it here if he wants to put it anywhere near that land. Now white player goes again and puts his stuff down, and then play continues like so till everyone has placed 2 little houses wherever they desire. Another important thing, you cannot start on the coast for the first placement. That is a massively important thing that I did not mention. Now, once you've gotten everyone set up like so, that's when the first game turn begins. So those little numbers all around, those are what will be rolled here on the dice. So we're gonna give these a brief roll. All right, so that is a 12 right there. So first our result is a 12. So that means that this player, orange player, gets 1 brick. No, orange player gets 2 bricks for having 2 houses on the brick land. And other than that, there's no other 12. So white player really can't do anything. That's where this comes into play. You get 0 victory points for building a road, which you have to build to connect settlements. Settlements are worth 1 victory point. Cities are worth 2 victory points. And cards are worth mystery victory points because there are these little settling cards that you can purchase that give you mysterious abilities. So you roll the dice, you take resources, and oh, another important thing, when a 7 is rolled, you may remove the robber. Any player with 10 or more cards in their hands must discard one. Must discard half of their hand, and the player who rolled the 7 puts it wherever he desires, and no resources can come out of there. And that's basically it. Play keeps going around, so the first person gets 10 victory points and wins the game. Settlers of Catan is a fantastic game for 2 to 4 players. With expansions and other things, you can get more of your friends in on the action. I highly suggest this game, and it is super fun. I've played it twice within the last week, and I'm absolutely loving it. It is definitely a table classic to me. And that's where I'm going to end it for today. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I hope that this was a helpful playthrough for you, and I hope you enjoy this game. Bye bye.